Welcome to Odoo JS class. So today we will learn about Odoo JS, all the basic things actually. So the most important things we regularly need. So let's start. So first of all, I want to show that what I have done already. So I have created a models, and for that model, I have created a views, menus, and also a security file, just like for giving the permission. And I have also created a JS file. So in that JS file I didn't write anything, and I have created a assets file. So in that file what I have done, like I just give my JS file source here so that the Odoo can run this. Okay, so that Odoo can recognize it. So this is what I have done already. Now what I will do, I will go to my Odoo.js file and write the code. So first what we have to do, we have to just like define this Odoo, that I'm going to use these and these and these. So what I have just done here, I in here I have just give the module name, and after that I have give the description. So what you will do, you just keep your module name and put a dot and write anything here which will describe your Odoo.js file. Okay, so I'm working on Odoo tutorial, that's why I put it Odoo tutorial. If you work something else, you will write that. Okay, so I'm going to just go Ctrl Z. Okay, so I have created a function which is required after that. Now I'm going to close this. Okay, in here what I will do, I use like I have to write use strict. Okay, now I'm going to print something in console. So what I will do, I write console.log, just like this. Pop-up.js is loaded, so I'm going to save it and run this. I want to see that it is working or not. Okay, so in anywhere, if I just run the code, it will work. Okay, let's see it is working or not. Anyway, that, did you see pop.js is loaded, so it is working, right? So even if we write something else, that will also work. Okay, just like I put something there and save it and restart that and just refresh it, so it will be whatever we have written there, it will be there, right? Did you see? So it is working. Any page we refresh, let's say I'm going to go to the setting pages, and if I refresh this page, then also it will print, because of what Odoo do. Actually Odoo, all the JS file Odoo loaded them all together, okay, from the web assets. Okay, now I'm going to write the code, like what I wanted to do. That is the main things I want to tell you first. Whenever we are going there and create something and save it, whenever we are clicking on the save button, I want to show some message there. Okay, like some message there. So that is what the purpose right now. So later on we will do another things. Okay, so for that purpose what we have to do is, like, we have to get the form controller, because we are controlling the form. This is the form view that I have showed to you. So this is the form view. Okay, so we want to control this. That's why what we have to do, we have to require a form controller. So I'm going to write the form code controller. Okay, so from controller I have just take it from web. Now what I have to do, I have to extend that function. So I'm going to extend that function. Okay, so I have just write extend controller include that. And what I have to do, I have to write the save record, because why I have to write save records, because save records is the function where the button name is save record. So whenever people click on the save button, I want to show something, so that's why I write the save button function there. And now what I wanted to do is that just give some control there, and after that I have to close that. So I'm going to close, yes, so I close it. sorry, I think I make something wrong there, because of in the save button here you see I have to put this first, so I have to give that, and I have to put another one like that, and I have to put this, okay, first bracket, so then it will work. Okay, now if you see, okay, everything is ready. The console is also ready. Whenever we go to the form view, then whenever we click on the save record, so something will print like save record. Okay, so what I have to do, I have to return something, because of whenever we are saving something we have to return. Okay, so what we will return, we will return you are saying we're gonna return this. So for before that I want to just store it in the res, and I'm going to return the res. Okay, this is what I have to do. All are clear. Now I want to, okay, so the problem here is that whenever we are creating some variable, we have to tell that what that is like. We have to just give the type of that. So I just created a variable, so I didn't give the name, so that was the problem. I'm going to just restart it, and I'm going there, refresh that. Okay, so whenever I edit it and save it, you see save the records is working nice. Now let's begin to another things, which like whenever we are clicking on the save button, now I'm able to print in the console. So I want to just notify, okay, nothing else. I just wanted to notify in the user interface. So it is easy. I have to write only one line, so I have to write this dot do notify. That is the method I have to call. So do notify. So success record is saved successfully. So if I just restart and just go there and refresh the page, did you see? So it is working nicely. If you click on any save buttons, like let's say I'm going to somewhere like settings, and if I just go there and edit and save it, you see save record is printed. That means it is working for all the save buttons, but I want it only for my menus, which is Odoo tutorial. If I go there, edit and save it, I want it only for this. What I will do for them? Okay, let's do that first. So I'm going to do that first. For that, what I have to do, I have to get the model name. So in this we have the model name, or we have the form name, where we are. So I'm going to get that model name. Okay, so how we can get that model name? If this, okay, sorry, we should have to give that. So if this dot model name okay, so in that case what we have our model name. So our model, we have to check our model name is Odoo tutorial. So I'm going to write here Odoo tutorial. Okay, this is our model name. If you see in here, okay, so this is our model name. I have write my model name there. If this dot model name is this, then just what I wanted to do, I want to notify, otherwise not. So I'm going to notify it here, and I just wanted to leave this. So in like JS, you have to put 2 equal. So this is the basic problem I am just, this is the basic things I made a mistake. Okay, just run it, and if I just refresh this, it will not work anymore for sure. It is not working. So if I go to Odoo tutorial and edit and save it, it is working nice. Okay, so this is the basic thing I made mistake. No problem. Go. Okay, we can go afterward. Now I would like to just specific ID. I just wanted to get the specific ID. Let's say from the Odoo.js I want to get like all the values first. Okay, so I want to get Java, Python, PyScript, all these values. So how we will get that in there, in like I want to read that model data. Okay, so I want to read all this data from here. How can we do that? So we can do that through web RPC. Let's start that. So can we do that or not? Okay, so I would like to before we turn in here, I just wanted to do one thing, like I just want to do it inside the if condition, because of if I am only in this, then I want to do that. So I have to write this dot, I have to give this, I just like through the web RPC we know we can do that. So I'm going to do that using RPC. In that RPC I'm going to tell what model I want to, and I have to tell the method as well. So I'm going to add the method not send email, which is search read. I will tell you what that is. Actually search read basically read the data in JSON format, so I mean as a dictionary. So that is what I did. And if you see I want to what are the fields I want to read, that is the it is saying. So I want to read the name and also the number of, just like this number of videos. So I want to read these both values. These are the fields I want to read. And after that what I have to do, I have to like set the context. So I will also talk about the domain later on. So I don't have to just do that. I want to say here self.context or something like that. Okay, we can also use these, but I want to use these for later. That's why let's say this is fine. Also context is this, because I did not change these anywhere, so still I am using the same these. Okay, so I'm not in another function, that's why I can use this. Okay, but one thing, if you know, in WebRPC there is also another this, right? So what we can do, like what I mean by that is this save record function have this, and also the WebRPC also have this. So who is this, it will work. That's why what we have to do is I just wanted to replace, or I just wanted to change this. Okay, I mean I just wanted to change this with something else. Okay, so what I can do in here, I want to write self equal to this. Okay, now self contain these of save record function, and I'm going to copy the self and I'm going to put here self. Okay, self dot context. Now it is looks good to me. Okay, these I can put here self as well, self.rpc or this.rpc also, both will work. But in here if you give this, it will not work because of this RPC function have also a this. Okay, now it is fine. Okay, now I want to close this. I just have closed this. Okay, after closing this, what I wanted to like from this function I will get some values, right? So what I have to do, I have to write then what it will do. I just in the then function, in that function I want to get the result. So in the result all the values will be in the result. Okay, just like this. Okay, in the I just wanted to remove that. Okay, and in here I have to give this, like everything is look nice now. So in the result I will get all the values. So what I have to do, I just have to write console log, sorry, I have to write here result directly, so it will print all the values of the Odoo tutorial modules. Let's begin. I am just refreshing this. Whenever we are clicking on save button, only then we will get all the values. Okay, so I'm just editing this and saving it. So if you see, I have got all the values, Java, Python and PyScript, all the values I have got. Nice, right? Okay, now I think we all have a question that I just want only a single columns, I mean only a single field or form. Like let's say I am in the Java form right now, so I want only Java. And if I go to the, let's say in the PyScript form, I just want to only read the PyScript. Let's begin with that. Okay, so we are going to do that right now. How can we do that? For that, first of all, I have just found a solution. I didn't find any solution like looking in the internet, so I just found I just write my way. So if you want to follow this, you can follow, but if you have a like proper method for that, you can also suggest me, so that would be nice. I'm going to do that now. So for that, what I did, just from the internet I have found a JavaScript code where I can extract the URL. So I'm going to tell you why I have to extract the URL. First of all, I would like to I would like to put the function here. So if you see in here, I am seeing that parse URL params. What this function do generally, I'm going to tell you that. If you see in this URL, we have all the information like ID, we have the model name. Whenever we change that, like if I go to the Java, ID will be changed to 3. Whenever we go to the PyScript, ID will be 5. So every URL in like Odoo have these types of information. So if we can collect this information, so we can, like let's say I'm in the PyScript view, if I can like extract this data from the URL, so I will be able to get the ID easily. So that is what we need now. I'm going to do that now. So if I put the URL in this function, these params will return all the information of the URL. Here we see, so that will return like ID equal to 5, action equal to 84, something like that. Okay, all the information. For that, what we have to do, replace this hash with the what sign, because of this function work like in what sign, not in like hash. Okay, so I'm going to, now what I have to do, I have to change it to hash sign, right? So I'm going to do that now. There is a replace function, we know, so we will use the replace function, and we will change the values, URL values. Okay, so first of all we have to read the URL, right? So I'm going to read the URL here, or I can read it inside the function, so that we don't have to execute it all the time, so whenever you click on the saves, right? So I'm going to do it inside this if condition. Okay, okay, I have to put here clone. Okay, in here I'm going to do that URL. If you see, it is already suggesting me how can I read the URL. So it is easy, I have got the URL through this. Okay, so into location href, now I have the URL of the location. Now what I have to do, I have to just send this URL to the function. I did it, but before that I told you that we have to replace the hash, right? So what I have to do, let's say I want to change that hash, we have to use replace, right? Let's say page URL, I'm just writing it here, equal to URL dot, I have to use the replace function here, replace, I'm just changing that. Okay, so I'm going to replace the hash with what I just wanted to replace with what sign, so I'm putting here what. Okay, so this page URL I want to send to the params, and it will return all the informations that URL have. So let's see it is actually doing or not. So I'm going to print that console in the log.params. Okay, just after that I want to restart it and go to the R. I'm going to refresh the page, edit and save, and I'm getting an error. Okay, so what that error is, page URL is not found. You see I'm making the same mistake again. Did you remember what the mistake I did? If you see, I just declared a bar here, but the page URL is not a variable, so I'm going to give here bar or let, whatever you want you can give. So I'm going to restart again and refresh the page, save it. If you see, the value had been arrived here. If I open it, action is 84, CID ID is 5. If you see, the URL ID is 5, action is 84, model is also I will get the model is Odoo tutorial, and view type is font view. So all the information I have got. Now what I have to do, right? I have all the informations now. So now I have to send in this RPC I can send a domain. We know all we know the domain, right? So we can send domain also. Okay, domain methods. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a domain here so that we can get the exact value. Okay, so let's start. Okay, in here what I'm going to do is just like putting some domain there. Okay, sorry, being late. Okay, where should I write? I just looking for that. So I'm going to write here domain. If you see, I have write the domain here. Okay, so how did I write the domain? I'm going to explain. In here, the trick thing is that in the domain function, what you have to do, you have to write like give a third bracket, and inside another third bracket you have to write all the domains. Like if you want to write another domain, what you have to do, you have to put comma and you can write another domain there. Okay, it is your like wish what you want to do. Okay, so what I did here, I just write params.id here, right? I want to see that am I write the correct things or not, but we can do it in another way as well. I'm going to check in the console that what it had printed so that I can understand what I have to do. So it is an array first of all. So in that array, if you see, it is totally kind of dictionary, right? Sorry, it is kind of a dictionary. Inside the dictionary, that is an array, or the value is an array. So in the dictionary we can easily get the value by using dot or even using something else. I'm going to show you that as well. Like we can get the value like this, just like in a curly brace. Okay, so we can get the value like this as well as using dot. So there is no problem, I think. So everything is all right now. If we put the domain, we will only get the ID the form have or the URL we have got. So I'm going to check that actually it is working. It is like returning all the values previously. We can check now it is working or not. I'm going to restart this and refresh the page. So after refreshing the page, I want to edit and save it. So if you see, I am getting only one ID values, which is PyScript, and I am opening the PyScript. I'm just going to the Python now, and I just wanted to just clean the thing, and I just wanted to save again. If you see, I am in the Python now and it is working nice. so we are able to get the values, individual values right now. Okay, let's do another thing. I just want to do is like I want to give warning if the number of videos is less than like 0. Okay, so now I can put easily here some messages. Okay, so whatever we want we can write here, right? So in the result, let's say in the result what I have found, I have found like in the console, if you see that there is a, okay, sorry, in the console I found that there is an array. In that array there is a dictionary also. In that dictionary we have found that id, name and number of videos, right? So the thing I have to do right now is just putting some like condition. If the video number of videos is 0, I want to show some notification, okay, or notify something. If, okay, if it is inside the number of videos equal to 0 or less than equal to 0, whatever it is, I just, okay, it had did lots of things for me. I am just using autopilot here, that's why it is in just it is giving me all the code directly. So if you see, I am using autopilot here. Okay, so I'm going to save it. If you see result 0 number of videos, it is giving the result as a array, and after that it is giving the dictionary. So okay, everything is all right. If the value is 0, then I want to notify record is saved successfully, but I don't want that. So what I want on that is giving an warning, and I want to say that number of videos is 0. That is the message I want to give. I want to just close this message. Okay, if the number of videos is 0, then I will want to show this message. Let's see it is working or not. I just wanted to refresh it, edit and save. So if you see, there is no message came here. So I just wanted to do is one thing, I just want to make it 0 and save it. Okay, so still it is not giving any like issues there. Okay, Python number of videos is 31. Still it is the id is 4, but it's giving, okay, let's yeah, number of videos is 0, it's giving the message. Okay, that's nice, that's nice. So it is working. In the Java it is 32, so if I save it, it is not saying nothing. In the PyScript it is 0, so if I edit and save, it will give the message. Yeah, it is working. Okay, everything is fine. So we have learned few things about Odoo.js. We can do a lot more, but these are the basic we need to start with Odoo.js. So I've tried my level best to cover most of the things that we need. We have lots in Odoo.js, but I found that these are very important to know. That's why I just make videos on this. Okay, anyway, so later on maybe I will create some more videos on, like I will just on some QWeb. Okay, so I will create some videos on how can we get the data from templates, okay, which is QWeb, we can say. So till then, be happy, best of luck, bye bye.